cases we are speaking about speed, and actually the speed is, we know speed is equal to distance divided by time. So consider 2 points A and B. Sometimes a road may be available so that it will be curved, so that when we are taking the vehicle will actually taking this much path, say it is 5 kilometer, but the displacement of the body will be only this shortest distance, that is say 3 kilometer. So actually the body have traveled a distance, or the vehicle have traveled a distance 5 kilometer. That distance, for traveling 5 kilometer, let us say it take about some 1 hour or 2 hour, then speed is equal to 5 divided by 2, that is equal to 2.5 kilometer per hour. But velocity is equal to displacement by time. When a body moves from A to B, even though the distance traveled is 5 kilometer, the actual displacement is only 3 kilometer. Whatever be the path, the displacement will always be the shortest path, that is 3 kilometer. So that 3 divided by the time, even though the body is only traveling 3 kilometer by a different path, the displacement is only 3 kilometer. The time taken to make such a displacement, that is the displacement of 3 kilometer, is 2 hour here when we are taking this path. So then the velocity is 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5 kilometer per hour. Suppose I am taking a different path like this. For a different path like this, for traveling from A to B, as distance traveled is more, the time will be about 10 hours. But in that case too, the displacement is 3 kilometer, so that the velocity in that case, velocity from A to B to a different path, that is, we call that path as, this is the path, we call that path as case A. So this case A, we know earlier we have considered this path, and now we are considering this long path. When we are traveling through this long path, the time that will be taken to complete its travel from A to B will be greater than the previous case. Previous case it was only 2 hours in order to complete this particular journey. But now, as we are moving through this long path, the time required to complete this much distance is 10 hours. Anyway, in that case too, the displacement is only 3 kilometer, such that velocity in case A will be displacement 3 divided by time. Here it is 10, so that the velocity will be 0.3 kilometer per hour. Time t1, the velocity was v1. After some time, when we looked at stopwatch, the time was t2 and the velocity was v2. So change in velocity as time changed from t1 to t2 is equal to v2 minus v1. So as initially at t1 second, when the stopwatch showed the reading t1, the velocity was v1 meter per second, and after a time, now the stopwatch is showing a time t2 and the velocity is v2. So there is a change in velocity, and how much is that change in velocity? That is equal to v2 minus v1. So acceleration equal to change in velocity divided by the time in which that much velocity change have occurred, that is the time. So change in velocity is actually v2 minus v1, and this v2 minus v1, that change in velocity have occurred in a time interval t2 minus t1. So this is called acceleration. So in simple sentences, acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. That means in derivatives dv by dt, where v is velocity, t is time.